Hello, good evening. The camera's got a bit of a droop on tonight. It won't stay up. Let's see if it will. Let's see, it's moving again. If you suddenly get a funny shot, it's because my camera's just decided to fall over. Anyway, good evening. It is Monday. It's Bank Holiday Monday as well, so I hope you've been having a lovely day. It is Monday, so we are going to be playing with our monthly make set, this beautiful flower we have been working with, well, for 2 weeks now, haven't we? So yeah, that's what we're going to play with. But I can't decide whether we do a canvas or a card. So we're either going to do an 8x8 card, ooh, look at the glare on that, or a canvas. So what do we fancy? Canvas or card tonight? I've also gone through, yeah, I don't know if I should show you this or not. I've gone through and found some pattern papers. They look a little bit worse for wear, but I'm going to use some of my pattern papers tonight because I thought this set's really good for paper piecing. That's the right words, isn't it? I think. So I've got a lovely paper pack that we're going to use. A very old one. Very old. But it's still good. So canvas or card tonight is what we need to decide. So good evening to Pauline. Oh, back from your jollies. I hope you had a lovely time. Evening Alice. I couldn't see your name then. Oh, evening Donna. I hope you had a good Easter break. We've had a lovely day. I don't know if you can tell, I've got a little bit of that old sunburn. I know my nose look like Rudolph. But yeah, we had a lovely day. Lovely weekend actually. It's finally cooling down, I think. Evening Nicola. So that's it. What should we do? Card or canvas? Like I say, it'll be a finished 8x8 card, or I don't even know how big my canvas is. I would say it's probably about 5-inch canvas. So it's up to you guys. Card or canvas tonight? Can't decide. So yeah, what else we've got this week? We're back on TV next Monday, so this time next week I'll be driving back from Birmingham. Yeah, Birmingham. It is Birmingham. That way anyway. It's past the Motorcycle Museum, I know that much. We're there on Saturday. We're there on Saturday at the Motorcycle Museum, so if you're nearby, do come and join us. And then on Monday we are back on the telly bob, with lots of goodies to go with last month's monthly make, so do check out. I think I've said I'll do a live on Wednesday for that, to show you all the bits and bobs, the new stuff we've got to go with last month's monthly make. Nicola says canvas. Zena said canvas. Wonderful, we'll do that then. Evening Zena. Oh, I tell you, can't get my words out. Right, so there we go. Let's get playing, shall we? So I need to get my canvas out of its wrapper first. Been doing a bit of a tidy, I don't know whether I dare say that word, a bit of a tidy up. And I found a load of canvases. We're going to be using them. I knew they were there somewhere, but you know when you put them somewhere safe and that safe place just, woof. Oh, Donna says canvas too. Canvas for a change, absolutely. Let's go for a canvas. Evening Susie. That sounded really weird. Evening Susie. Didn't mean to sound creepy at all. So canvas. Ooh, pop that in my bin before I stand up and slip on it. Right, so my canvas it's about, I want to say it's about 5 inches. But I haven't got a ruler or anything because that'd just be too useful. So I'm thinking flower, slot bang in middle. Oh, evening Chris. Evening Sean. Yep, so I'm thinking flower, slot bang in middle. We're going to have, you can see he's been designated his own poly mount. And then we're going to have some texture. Dunk, dunk, dunk. You know how it's going to go. Yeah, a bit like that. And then, actually I can put it down on there because I'm going to put some colour down. And then that in the middle. So it was going to be the same layout whether we did a card or a canvas. And then we're going to do some paper piecing because I know we've all got crafty packs of paper, whatever it's called, pattern paper, that's the one. And I thought it'd look quite nice on this set. Unless we do a few in the background, I thought, oh, we might do that. Anyway, that's for later on, isn't it? We'll get to that bit. First up, I'm going to put all that together. Nicola's been tidying up too. Don't know if I agree with tidying up on a day off. I've not tidied the house, that desperately needs doing, but I can kind of see some of my worktops in here now. Until Mr. Roo brings in the stamps I need to pack. And then you won't see any worktops again. Right. So, like I say, I found this paper pack. So I'm going to have to bring some colours in from it. So it's pinks and blues, a little bit of green in here. Yeah, so it's mainly pinks and blues. Bit of an odd combination for me, but we will go with that. That's the one we're going to use. Don't put it down on top of there, otherwise it'll unstick. I'm going to stick with oxides. So I've got a bit of pink. I'm just seeing what's on my desk. I should have the blue actually on my desk from before. I'm doing samples as well today for TV next week. And I've been playing with next month's multi-make. I mean, it's all just crafting go at the moment. Crafty chaos, maybe. It is, because I've got piles of stamps everywhere. Right, I've got pink, I've got blue. There was a bit of a purple as well, so I'm thinking wilted violet. I'm thinking wilted violet, but I'm not got a clue where he is. So, let me grab that one as well. Ah, there he is. Ooh, no, I always use peacock feathers, don't I? Right, so, not sure if that pink's going to be pink enough, but we will see. Because it kind of matches in with our book if we look back. Yeah. Yeah, so it kind of matches in with our colours that I've got in this booklet. Maybe I should have gone for a bit more of a red. But that's okay, we can tone it to the right colours, can't we? I love that one. I'm thinking I might need picked raspberry instead. No, we're going to stick with that one. Because it will work. We'll just tone our papers if we have to. Evening Noala. So, right, got my colours. I'm not going to prep my canvas because it's the background and oh, I need that. Tidying up my desk and tidying away the bits I need as I go. Right, so I'm going to take this off here. Oops. So we're going to go with a bit of splattering, I think, to begin with. Can't beat a bit of splattering to get your mojo going, can you? Just plonk your colours down and it'll look good. But first up I want a little bit of acetate. We did this last week, I think, didn't we? Though somebody went a little bit heavy-handed. I won't say who that was. Yeah, I'm going to start off with this one. I'm going to start off with my pink because that is really, really pale. Gone a bit heavy-handed to begin with. So I do want quite a lot of colour on this side. And if it's not going to do what I want it to do, we will go in with a bit more. I've got a bit over the top with my pink, but that's okay. Evening, Christine. Don't forget, you could do with your inks, you could use your brushes. I'm just using my oxides because, well, it was quicker to pull my colours, wasn't it? I'm just going to dry this on here. Your sprays would look good. I'm not worrying about it being dry, if that makes sense, because we're not stamping anything too much over it at the moment. Ooh, I just had a bit of a thought. I might use some embossing powder. So the reason I'm drying between each layer is if I don't, my colours mix and merge together. And the problem with driving onto a canvas is it's got all those lumps and bumps, hasn't it? So you want to make sure your lumps and your bumps, or what they called, your peaks and your troughs are both dry. No good drying your peaks if your troughs aren't dry. Right, so let's go for it with this one as well. So. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. There we go. That's a bit more in one place than the first one, wasn't it? Give it a bit of a wiggle as well to get it where I want it to go. Remember, your canvas is going to be slippy when you're putting your inks and things down on it, unless you prime it. I'm going to pop a bit more up in this corner. I wasn't going to go into, but I am. A bit more up there, which means I need a bit more down there. Yep. I want a bit more of a blob. Careful what you ask for, you might end up with more than... There we go, right. I'm just going to dry that again. Lots and lots of drying. It really has knocked that pink into the background now, hasn't it? Start with that one. Then we're going to put a little bit of our purple on. It does take a while, doesn't it? I do get impatient when I'm heat gunning. That'll do. And we want a little bit of that purple on, but I want to concentrate the purple on the corners, and then we might use the purple to bring it all together with a bit of distress as well. So just layering up these lovely colours. Oh, we should have used the new purple, shouldn't we? There you go. So you can see I'm really sticking to the edges of it with this one. I need to pull a little bit more on. I'm just going to spritz that. You can see I picked up some of the blue that I hadn't dried. Oops, definitely picked up blue this time. I didn't want blue, I wanted purple, so let's pop a little bit more purple down. Go. Oops, should have dried it first. Right, quite liking them colours together. So what colours did I use? I know you'll ask. Flamingo, Lagoon and Wilted Violet were the three. I love how they mix together. Right, a bit more heat and then we can start getting some more texture on here. Ooh, big patch of blue there. Come on. What's that saying? The wet paint never dries. But Distress Oxide never dries. Look at those lovely colours we've got though. Bit like a planet, isn't it? And you'll notice I'm always moving it, and that way I know what's wet. Yeah, you'll, no doubt you'll catch a little bit like I did then, that hasn't quite dried. Just keep moving it about in your light. See which bits are dry and which bits aren't. I think that should be good. Now, we want this gorgeous little texture stamp. I do like this one. So at the moment I'm going for 2 corners, aren't I? And I'm going to stamp in that lovely pink. I know I was complaining it was pale before, but there is method in my madness. And then I'm hoping, there we go. I've got a VersaFine purple in there as well. So I get a bit more texture going in with my Distress Oxide, and then I get more of a crisp stamp with my VersaFine. Now bear in mind though, we talked about them before, our Himalayas, our peaks and our troughs. So when you come to stamp it, you're not going to get a perfect image stamping direct onto this. We could put I can never say it, gesso layer on top, but it's a background. I'm not worrying. So I'm going to ink up in my pink. Ink up my pink. Start adding this in. So I'm just going to press it on a little bit harder than I normally would. And then unfortunately, look, don't know if you can quite see, we've picked up colour as well. So what I need to do with this is make sure I clean it and dry it, more importantly, between every layer. This is where working on a card would actually help you out a little bit, because it absorbs some of the moisture. And there we go. Pop that bit about here. Just like that. I know you'll all be shocked you'll be seeing me clean a stamp. I'm sure that's not allowed. I'm just going to come in with that one there. There we go, and then I'm going to turn him round. Make sure you turn your stamp as well, because you know, if we've got our wands going that way, we don't want our wands going the other way on the other side, do we? We want them both the same way. That's what I was trying to say. Exactly the same. Got something rattling. I think it's him. No, it's my heat gun. Well, no, it's my table knocking against my heat gun on me. Yeah, you get me drift. Hi, Rachel. There we go. I'm just going to keep building up my lovely pink layer. I'm going to drag it down a bit. We'll go all the way down on this one. Don't know if you can hear the squeaking. It sounds like we've got a little mouse or something. It's not, it's just me. Oh, look, that didn't take much blue off. I'm going to sneak. It's probably only me it's driving crackers, but it is. It's driving me crackers, so sorted now, I hope. Pop that one in there. You can tell I've just had a thought, can't you? Right, so you can see we're getting some lovely layers in there, but it's really wet, so we're going to give it another little dry. Just to try and fix some of these colours. Oops. Turn the heat gun on then. Quite liking this background. I said that was so surprised. What is it? Quite bright, isn't it? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry this off, and before I overcomplicate my background, we're going to do our stamping for our paper piecing. And then see if we need any more in this background or not. Otherwise it might go too busy too fast. And plus it'll give this a bit of a time to dry off. Some theme, like some annoying music like on the quick makes whilst we're drying. Right, it's not dry, but I'm impatient, so it'll do for now. I'm not going to put that imperial purple on there for the minute. I'm quite liking the. You've got different. I don't know if you can quite see the layers there. You can see. Looks quite cool, doesn't it? So I'm going to leave that for now because I don't want to do too much on it and spoil it. So it's going to sit there. It's going to dry a little bit more because it is still a bit wet. And then we will. Have a look at it in a minute and see if we like it or we don't. If we don't like it, we'll put a bit more on it. If we do, it's not a spoil to ever. It's that fine balancing act between too much and enough. Right, so we don't need our polyplate top, our solid stamp. But what I want is, if you look on our stamp, we've got 3 different layers in there. Yep. So, because you know we always work in odd numbers, don't we? I am liking this blue. I am drawn to this blue. I must be because there's only one sheet of it left. I do like that green though. Ooh, but we've not got green on our thing, have we? So you won't see much of that, so you'd be wasting it. Purple, should we do that one? That'd fit quite nicely, wouldn't it? So we're going to stamp. I'm going to take it out of my book. So that's one layer. I don't know if you can see it if I pop it there. No, you can't. There you go. There you go. That's one layer. And now I want a bluey blue. So we will use that one. We'll use that blue one. 2 layers. And then have another flick through. I think I'm going back to another pink, so I think it'll be, that's the one we've got already. Ding, 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 ding. Yep, it's going to be that one, which feels a little bit red, so we're going to tone it back a little bit. And that one. I suppose we could have used 2 the same, couldn't we? Right, so I'm going to start off with this one. I keep looking at me, whatchamacallit, canvas. Now, black. I've paused for a minute because do I want to emboss this as we go? No, we'll just do it in black ink. So when I'm inking this up, I'm making sure I'm getting these splatters here as well, because if you look, they are connected to that line on our flower. So we are going to have to cut around them, unfortunately, but that's okay. I'm going to pop this one like that. Now bear in mind this has got words on it and things, so I'm making sure I'm stamping it so that when we put it all together we can still read it, if that makes sense. I have this real thing about things being upside down. There we go, there's that one. Didn't ink that one very well, did I? Let's add you. And, sorry. Small things do make me giggle. Get me middle this time. So we have got loads and loads of inspiration in our in the Crafty Roos with people's makes using these. There have been so many this week. Lovely to see. There's that one. I'm getting worse at stamping. My last one. Decisions, do I want? No, I want that one. I think this will be our middle layer anyway. So you're not actually going to see much. Well, you'll see snippets of it, won't you? Unless we do some real shaping with it. There we go. That's our 3. Let me move that out of the way so it's nice and safe. And then have a look at what we've stamped. So we've got that lovely, I'll tell you what, yeek. Unfortunately heat gun time again. Oh, it's one of them nights, isn't it? Lots of heat gun action tonight. Now, I kept going on about my pages being the wrong colour. This is where now we can make them matching. There you go, that'll do. So I think this one, if I just hold it on top, if I put my canvas in here, yeah, these two work really well with it. This one not so much, is a little bit red. Yeah, so it's shouting out red at me, isn't it? So what I'm going to do, I'm just looking at where I need to add my colour into it. I think I'm going to add some purple, because if you notice these have got like bluey tinges to them, purpley bluey tinges. That hasn't, that's just red and orange. So let's throw you out of the way again. Let's grab you. I'm just going to go very gently. So I've got my painting brush. And this is probably going to be my middle layer. So all I'm going to do is just bring a bit of purple out for my middle. If I'd have thought about it, I should have done this before, because can you see my oxide's going over my black? But that's not a problem, because we are going to cut him out, aren't we? And you've always got a doodle pen with you. It's like the rules to carry a doodle pen, isn't it? Knock it back a bit, because there's always pages in pattern papers that you don't like. That's set one. Actually, I'm just going to go over the whole thing. There we go. Just adding a little bit of oxide to it, or brush out. Brush out's good for it as well. Just have to watch how much water you add to it there. There we go. Right. Doesn't look like we've done much, but it has. It's really not that. It's pulled it back into Aqua palette instead of sticking out like a sore thumb. There we go. Right. So I still think it'll go that one, and that one. So I like this one. You knew this was the one I was going to go for, didn't you? So this is going to be my top layer. I'm going to chop these down a bit. So if it's not been heat embossing, it's going to be cutting out tonight. So we'll keep going. So what we've got a choice of doing here is either we go on the outermost line, yeah, or we follow a leaf, a petal, that's what they're called, aren't they? A petal on each one, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to follow a petal on each one. Yep. Yeah, that makes sense in my mind. So it's not like true decoupage where you go smaller. So on this one I'm going for what are effectively the biggest leaves in here. Don't forget I've got my blobby obby bits that we've just got to bear with. And you know, we might even cheat, because if you check that one out, we might need a bit of doodle pen action in that one. Right, so I'm coming around on this one, and if I follow this in, it goes all the way down there. Yep. So I'm going to chop that bit off. And round on here. So if I was decoupaging it, I'd have gone to the outest layer, outest ring, but I'm not. Oh, that's fine. I know I chopped a bubble off a minute ago, didn't I? So again, I could have done it with a little border around, but I'm aiming for the line. Doesn't mean I'm getting it every time though. So here, if you notice, I'm watching which line I go down against. So it's that one. And then on this one, come out, there's a big blob, and then round. Right, so we've got one. So I can't remember which way it goes. It'll go something like that, won't it? So we're going to do it exactly the same now. So we've got our middle one here. Oh, we've gone from like pink up to purple. So I'm going for my next line down this time. So I'm just having a look. I'm having a look, see. It's this one here. What would be funny if we sat and we cut these out and then ended up with the same petal. Because that is something I would do. Oops. And then this time you can have all little bits of colour just popping out of here. I've got my blobby bit again, so I'm going to go around that. I might choose to chop him off in a minute. I've chopped that one off. Oh, sorry. And then back round. And then this one. I suppose we only need to keep our blobby bit on our top one, don't we? So we might end up chopping them off in a minute. But it's just being refashioned every time I do it, I think. This is where I'm starting to think, is this going to work? And that one there. We'll soon see. Oh, I'm glad Crafty Unicorn liked their stamps. I was very late sending out the swaps this month. And I forgot to put Mum's in there. So apologies. There we go. See? Yeah. If I hold it down a little bit. Yeah, I'm starting to get there. And then the last one. Yeah, my blobs ended up all different. Every single one we've got a different shaped blob. But that's okay, isn't it? No two blobs are the same. Evening, Maxine. I know it feels weird, doesn't it? It's Monday. What feels even weirder is tomorrow little lady goes back to school, but Bear's got a week off. A week left off. It's been a right funny holiday. They've had one off, and then both off, and then one off. It was nice though to spend some time with a little lady on her own. Don't get much time with a little lady. But yeah, it's been strange. You forget all school holidays are different, don't you? So the little lady's all set to go back to school tomorrow, and as you can imagine, Bear's over the moon, he's not. Right, let's hope I've not chopped any bits off. There we go. Oh, look at that! I did it! Yay! Kind of ish. They've changed shape as they've gone. Yep. So we've got all those different layers going. We're going to plump them and, well, just make them look a bit prettier. And we've got a doodle in them yet as well, don't we? I'm going to turn this round because it's easier to stamp that way. Because if I was trying to stamp like that, I'd be all over the place. Whereas if I'm this way, I get more of my weight. I've got more control over. I'll turn it completely around. I've got more control. I can get more weight behind it. Oh, says my chair. Right, I'm not going to do anything else in the background because I think this is going to be just right. So let's get inking this up. I do fancy doing something without a leaf though now. you know, because the cutting out works so well. I do need to clean this stamp a bit, don't I? It's getting very, very well used. I think though it's just quite a easy stamp set to use though, isn't it? It is lovely. I do like this one. But I like last month's as well, so you know. And I like next month's just as much. It's very different though next month. I said that about this one though, didn't I? Right, I'm looking at my stalk at the moment to see if he's straight-ish. There we go. So this is where you really need to just... It's more the dots, yep, because we've got the edges from our lines that we've cut out. So it's the stalk, stem, whatever you want to call it, our splatters, our dots and our spots. And at the moment our leaf, because, well, we need to do something with that leaf, don't we? Now I'm a bit reluctant to bring in greens. I know there's greens in that pack, but I'm quite liking having... I should have used Archival for this, not VersaFine Clair. Whoops. The reason I should have used Archival is it'll dry better. It works a bit better on canvases. But we'll get this to work. Worst case, we've got a doodle pen, haven't we? Right, we're ready. Oops. Yeah, see? I'm not really worried about that because we're going to go over the top of it. The rest of it we can sort. But our heat gun first. You know how much we love the heat gun tonight. And I shouldn't have been lazy and done a gesso cover. So that would have helped as well. Again, I'm really concentrating on my splodges. It's looking. You can still see that pink's not dried. Oh, must be sat in the sunshine, doesn't it? So, if this was you, you'd be leaving this to dry a bit longer. You'd take your heat gun to it, or you'd leave it a little bit longer. Yep. As you can see, it's still sparkling, it's still a bit wet, even my pink's still wet. But I'm going to leave it over there because... Oh, I've just thrown it in the bin. I'm going to use my bits to get my leaves. Let's use these bits instead. So, my leaves, I'm not going to worry too much about these. Being the right way. I'm going to waste a lot of paper. I'm trying to be frugal with my paper. I know I shouldn't. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But there you go. So all I've done is masked off this bit. I know it's got ink on it because it will have. Because all I want is that little petal. There we go. So that's that one. Petal, flower, no, leaf. Close. Do the same on this one. I'm going to grab my tissue and just like that. This one doesn't really matter which way it goes because there's lots and lots of different ways on this one. I'm just talking to myself, aren't I? In my own little world. And it's the reason as well, you know, the quick mate videos, it's the reason that they've got music is because I do sit here and talk to myself whilst I'm crafting. Last one. I'm just going to cut these out too. Oops. Can't get hold of anything. Dink, dink, dink. There we go. Yay! Let's put that down. I'm actually going to put the tissue over the top because I know there's wet ink all over that. Right, so we've got our 3 leaves. Let me just clean up my desk. Dink, 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 just like that. I'm not going to worry too much about that red, I don't think. Nah. But what I'm going to do is just quickly blast them with my heat gun, because otherwise, do it like that, I'll get it all smudged when I come to cut it out, won't I? I could probably do the 3 in 1 go, but that'll do. Right, so it was that one on the bottom. Now I'm sure I could have got these in out of the bits I cut off from me with flowers before, but I didn't think. Right, so there's that one. And then it's the red one. Nearly lost the red one. There's that one. And then finally we've got, oops, our lemon juice. This is the point where you don't want to sneeze because all of them are going to end up on the floor, aren't they? I have done that before now, and then you can't find it. And so you end up stamping another one. And then you find it as soon as you stand up, don't you? Even though you've stood up to look for it the first time round. Okay, right, white pen. You know it was going to be the white pen. So just on here, you know, dots have got to have a little bit on them, because that's like the doodling rules, isn't it? One. So you see, just adding that little bit of white to it. Move that over there. And then we're going to start in our middle. Our dots, and we'll put some glossy accents on this as well, because glossy accents on this flower just looks cool. We like glossy accents on this flower. Oh, actually, let's give this a bit of a fuzzy middle. I try and be smart and say a flower it looks like, but not got a clue. Like a cornflower, you know, with that fuzzy bit. Oh, I hope you had a good time, Chris. Right, next one is, I'm not going to do that one because I've done my blobs on that one. Is there anything on my rings here? There is. There's this bit here. Oops. Got a crusty bit on me. White pen, I don't want to go. Just like that. Let's have a little bit on this one too. And then finally, this is our big one. The big one on back. So anything on the outer layer you are going to see, aren't you? You'll see that dot and you'll see that one. Oh, actually, I'm going to do a little bit on these bits because thinking about it, well, one, it's a doodle pen and I enjoy using it, but if I think about it, you are going to see bits of this because no way am I going to get this lined up perfectly. And if we're going for a bit of texture in here as well. Oh, let's have that one. Oh no, that'll be hidden. It's funny, isn't it, thinking which bit's not going to be hidden. I think that one's this one's line. Just like that. Do look a bit on there as well. Right. Now I'm going to go over the top with my doodling. You know it's coming, sorry. That one. That was where doodle pen. I'm going to pop a little bit on there because I'm not sure if I've cut him out, but we'll find out. A little bit on there and a little bit in here. So we like him as well. And then this one finally comes over at the top. Now I've got to admit, at one point I thought this was not going to work. I will admit it. I was starting to think, how am I going to get this one to come back? But I think I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna go over all of that. And there's a little bit coming down here, just like that. Right. To be fair, I like that by itself. Not even. Give me a second. I'll lift it up so you can see it properly. Okay, if I lift it up for you. How cool does that look? I quite like that just by itself. Bit of glossy accents on it, and it'll just be lovely. Yeah. Yeah. See, I've got rest of my 8x8 sheets, haven't I? Could look nice. Pauline's asking, what time's TV next week? It is 2 and 5. No, yeah. 2 and 4. 2 and 4. I have an hour off between me two hours. Hour off. But it's all stuff to do with that fabulous monthly make from last month. So our industrial one, it's all adding to that. Now I'm getting a piece of kitchen roll because I know this hasn't quite dried yet, and if I keep leaning on it, my inky pinkies at some point are just going to just add to it and make a right mess. We don't want that, do we? Because you know what, it's starting to work. That dog's dinner moment, I think we've passed, she says, and then puts her hand on something. Right. Not sure if I want to do anything on my stack. Yes, on twice. And then I've got my dates for whatever month comes next. What comes after this one? I'm all over the place with my months at the moment. We're in April, aren't we? So May is the 14th and June is the 14th. Really easy to remember. It's because I'm working on May's monthly make as well. And last month's. Oh, I do get confused. And plus time seems to be going super fast at the moment. I don't know about you. It might just be me. So you'll notice I am not doing any other techniques than what I would normally do on my card. I do actually quite like that, so we're going to add a little bit more in. Yep. So it's all the same techniques, nothing. I'm trying to get somewhere near the line. We've had this conversation before. Yep. That when we're putting little bits of shading in, I'm getting near the line. I'm not getting right on it because, well, I'm not that good. There we go. Right. What are we thinking? Quite liking that bit of shading actually. Let's go. Okay. Stop, girl. Put the pencil down. Right. It is flying by, isn't it, Pauline? Noelle's asking, are we having a sneaky peek? Yep. On Wednesday, I'm going to do a sneaky peek, only because my samples are nowhere near. Well, they're in a pile. And then, yeah. They're not in one piece, shall we say. I have backgrounds, I have sayings. There's a fab saying set with it. But I've not got sayings and I've not got proper cards made yet. So if you ask Bear, I don't make proper cards because they don't have backs. Right, check that out. Bit of shaping on there. Ooh. Yes, please, I like that. Now I am looking to see if I've got any stinky glue to hand, because stinky glue will be the best for this. But I haven't. So you get the idea, don't you? So all I'm doing is just, I should show you what I'm doing. I'm literally just shaping these petals so that they are individual petals and not we're not worrying too much. Well, I probably did want to do a bit of doodling on him, but that is okay. So we can get some lovely movement. I know some people call canvas and things like that dust catchers, don't they? There we go. And this one will be a dust catcher. The gold bits that's sticking out on him. It's looking quite cool, isn't it? And then this one, I'm just going to, can you see how I've left this bit locked? So it's not moving, we're not getting those individual petals. So all I'm going to do is just cut into it a little bit more. Oops, I said, and then and even gone on the right line anyway. So now you can see I've got a bit more space to move my petals around and get a bit more oomph out of them. Still not getting with that one. Let's go in a bit more. Coming up like so. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? And then just he's going to just pop right on the top there. Obviously, when I've got a bit of stinky glue, it will be put down, or just 3D glue would be nice. That's going to go on like that. You can see how it's all starting to be fair, I'm going to cheat. I'm just going to put a bit of glossy accents in the back, and then I can syringe in my 3D glue. Oh, that's okay. So you just want a really good strong glue, and because Glossy Accents is a glaze, he will be fine. There you go, just try and move him slightly into place. Next one. Well, what I'm going to do while I'm here as well is just, can you see what I've done to that one? There you go. Oh, my sound's out, is it? Oh, hang on, if I press the button, I've got to press the button. I did have helpers over the week. Let me see if I can. Dunk, dunk, dunk. There we go. Right, I should be back. There we go. Right. I've tweaked a button. Let's see if that works. So, I am just going to now glossy accent up as we go. It's a dot. It's got a white. It's had doodle pen action. It now needs a bit of glossy accent action. You know, whether we're working on our, I'm trying to think all the things we've got dots on. Whether we're working on our coffee stain, our circles, our lots of circles, our, what else has got dots on? The square dotty one. That's a technical term for it. Lots of blocks, whether we're working on all of them. The ones that have got dots on, if it's got a dot, it needs a white mark and it needs a bit of glossy accents just to finish him off. It does look cool, glossy accented. And these look like little cat heads, these splattery bits. I'm just going to go for it underneath here as well. Like that. I'm probably going to regret doing that bit because it's going to stick to it. But that's okay. Okay, next one on. Yeah, I shouldn't have put that blob of glossy accents on, but it's okay. Oh, hang on. It is okay as well. And our last one. The only downside of using, I really do like using this mini glossy accents because it comes out so easy, especially with my hands and my thumbs and stuff. However, it does like to blow raspberries and make little puddles, little bubbles. So yeah, I do like the little ones a bit better, but that's nowhere near. Let's just wake it around a bit. There we go. Look at that for coolness. And then just imagine if we made one of Mum's butterflies that she'd been making, creating even. Could even put a little bit of glitter into your glossy accents, couldn't you? Or use the transparent thingy one, glitter glue. I've forgotten the name of that one. The iridescent one. Sprinkles, sparkles, stickles, that's the one. I got there in the end. Right, so we've got that on there now. We're going to do exactly the same with this one, though that bottom layer is going to have to go down, I think. Oh, big elephant fingers, come on. Come on, girl. Give it 2 seconds. It would. See, there's Mum. Evening, Mum. I said the word butterfly. Right, and then we want our red one. And again, if you had your 3D glue out, grab your 3D glue and use that. I'm struggling with my fingers because my hands are nappy. I've been crafting all day. And then I've got my tweezers next to me. Silly girl. There we go. There's that one. And I've not been doing my little blobby bobs as we go. There we go. And then this one. Give it a bit of shape. A bit of shape and a bit of a splat at the end. Works wonders. Oops. Jiggly hands again. There you go. I was going to say I put them in the wrong way round. I haven't. Right way round. I'll get rid of that if I can with tweezer action. Oh, I did it. Right, so I think that works quite well. If I wanted to, I could have gone in with my doodle pen and sorted out my black lines, but I think it works quite well. I'm not going to put a sentiment on it, because actually I quite like it like that. And I'm not going to go around the edges because I really don't need to, because I think it looks quite pretty. The only thing I might do, and I don't know about, is do we just do a little bit of doodling? And the answer is no. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it just like that, because it really doesn't need any more, does it? But I do love if I pick it up. Obviously, it really needs to dry now, because we've got 10 tons of glossy accents on there. But if I pick it up, those colours, you can see. Can you see my pink there just glistening? Still not dry. Put those layers in our flowers. Look so cool, don't they? Yeah. And I think it would look lovely without doing the background as well, because you saw what it looked like as just a flower head. I'm going to keep doing that now. Woo! Make you all seasick. I'm going to stop. Okay. I do like that. It's made a nice card as well, but it has made a lovely canvas. Eee, do like that. Thank you so much. And I will be honest, I did think dog's dinner at a few points, and I wasn't going to get this one back, but we did. We did indeed. Oh, thank you all. Thank you, Alice. Oh, have a good evening, Alice. So, let me find the right page. There we go. I am back. Ooh, look like I've had a workout. I haven't, honestly. So, thank you for joining me tonight. I love my little canvas. I think you will have to go up on the wall. I've not done one of them in ages. Do you like it? So we've used oxides. We've used some pattern paper that was down there somewhere. It fell off the shelf, so it got used. You know how it goes. And just did a little bit of layering. It's really, really simple. But I think it worked out really, really well. I do. I like it. So thank you for joining me. We are back on Wednesday for a sneaky peek at what we've got coming up on HobbyMaker on Monday at, I said it before, 2 and 4. I know. So yeah, we're back on HobbyMaker at 2 and 4 on Monday the 25th. And we are back in Birmingham. It's only been a few weeks, but we're back in Birmingham on the 23rd. So if you're near Birmingham Motorcycle Museum on Saturday, do come along and say hello. So yeah, that's it. Oh, sneaky peek Wednesday. I have said 7, but that means I'm going to have a friend. That'll be okay. He's on school holiday. You're lucky you didn't get him tonight, actually. I'm not quite sure how I escaped that one, but yeah. So yeah, Wednesday it'll be me and Crafty Bear showing you what we've got to come up on Monday at 2 and 4 on HobbyMaker. I'm sure Bear will give you his honest opinion of what we've got to bring you. Anyway, thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for spending your Easter Monday with me. And I hope to see you again on Wednesday. So take care, stay safe, and I will see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.